All right, my friends, your friend David Valentin back here on the couch where dreams come true. Wear my hat because the season's about to start. Woo! Now, one important thing that I would like to bring up because there's a lot of controversy about what happened last night when we went to welcome the jewel of Uruguayan football, Facundo Torres. A lot of people are mad that the club or the supporter groups did not make a big deal about the welcoming. Three things that are important to clarify. First of all, the airport is not allowing large groups of people to congregate. Hence, the 10 police officers that you do not see in the back, who I'm assuming we're either gonna break our little shtick there for a minute. But you know what? Many of them, OPD has always been cool with Orlando City fans. After all, Tally Ho is one of them. They saw what we were going to achieve. They saw that we were not gonna get rowdy and just break it away right away. And they didn't say they didn't say a thing. They just said hello to us and wish us a good night, and that was super cool. Now, the other thing is that is important to mention is that, like any other player arrival, it was not announced. The only reason why I found out that he was coming was because Facundo's dad contacted my Spanish language podcast Tio Esquina back in December, and we have established a friendship. You can say that. And he was just like a father. He was just interested in finding out what kind of city we are and all that good stuff, and because you want to know where your son is heading. And he had the desire to share when his son was gonna arrive. Who was supposed to wait for Facundo Torres? His agent, the agent's daughter, and a family friend. That's basically it. And so you will know his parents are gonna come later on in the month to make sure that he's settled, that he's doing well, and they're just gonna go back to Uruguay. That, my friend, is what happened. This wasn't some conspiracy theory or anything like that. I shared the information with several members. I shared it with the supporter groups. Several members of the supporter groups individually chose to be there with me Thursday night, 10 p.m. by the way, on a Thursday night. You know how difficult it is if you live in Orlando. The airport is basically on the outskirts of the city, and it's just it's I mean, it's late at night, and if you live further away from the airport, 45 minutes, you go to this thing and you're going home at midnight to go to work the next day. So those are things that need to be considered. So I appreciate all the people that showed up. I only live 7 miles away from the airport, so for me it wasn't a big deal. The other thing is that the family and his dad and the player, they're super appreciative. I appreciate it, and I was blown away at the fact that when Facundo showed up, he just greeted everybody, every single member. Received graciously the gifts that we have for him, which were a couple of scarves. There was a piece of art that was created that he, I'm told, that he loved. And after that, he went his way and we went our way because we had to go to work the next day. And the guy just got off on an airplane after 14 hours up in the air. That's basically it. I hear from teams down south, teams that wish they had a player like Facundo Torres. Hear from other clubs in the MLS, and particularly in Uruguay from the other teams that can't sell their players to big clubs in the United States of America. Oh, look, only 30 people showed up. Look at that little group. He deserved better than this. Listen, you morons. Like I said, it's a pandemic. They restrict the amount of people that are going to be at the airport. That's first. The other thing is a weeknight. This wasn't a corporate or club sponsor event. It was just a few friends that wanted to do something nice. How is that hard? And you know what? The 30 people that showed up last night have more passion, more devotion for the club, more grit than a lot of people who go around banging their chest saying they are the best supporters ever, or they know more football than I don't know, the guy that invented football back in England, whoever his name was. That's it. This was organic. It was a nice touch that has been praised by a lot of people, and let's just leave it at that. Our club, I to be honest with you, in our club we had enough infighting, enough wars, enough enough BS to last a lifetime. I think we need to unite, stop segmenting ourselves into smaller and smaller groups, and just get excited for 2022. I definitely am. I feel that we're gonna win something. I don't know what it is. We're gonna win something. We're gonna do great. And the players that we have signed are players that are going to get us there. So with that said, let's just get excited. Let's unite. Let's build bridges rather than walls. And let's allow the team, the new management, the new leadership, to fix what's wrong rather than keep complaining that things continue to be the same. These guys are walking into a mess. Sorry. The old ownership didn't have the money, and they may do. They got us through, but barely. So let's allow those guys to do what they have to do. And, a year or two from now, we can complain for sure, saying, hey, you had the time, now what? Same goes for player acquisitions and all that stuff. Let's wait until it's for sure is a game that counts before we start passing judgment. We forever, never ever had the money to buy players like this or have the type of talent that we have today in our club. Let's see how it works out and then pass judgment. So that's it, my friends. That's what I wanted to share with you. Again, to everybody that showed up last night, thank you very much from the bottom of my heart. I really felt like I was part of something bigger than myself. That I was part of this purple family, and I'm super proud to call myself an Orlando City supporter, for sure. It doesn't matter your walk of life or where you're from or where you've been. You put on those collars and you are there standing next to me. You're part of me and I'm part of you, and that's the beauty of the sport that we follow. So with that, my friends, I would like to encourage all of you to follow me on Loud and Proud Orlando with my friend Luis Pineda, Mondays 8:30 p.m. live. Subscribe to the channel Loud and Proud. Also, Tira de Esquina, the only Spanish language podcast for Orlando City. If you know somebody that speaks Spanish or you speak Spanish yourself and you would like to consume content in that language, we're available. And if you want to keep up with my vlog about Orlando City, the U.S. national team, and all that good stuff that I do around Orlando when it comes to this beautiful game, please, the legendary David, right here, this channel. So with that said, thank you very much. And as always, vamos Orlando.